Hello, my name is Alexa. Welcome back to my channel. My last video was how I organized my money, and just looking at the first few comments, I think it was just a little bit confusing. So I'll make a few videos on each of the steps that I'm doing as I do them throughout the month. Right now, I am doing my second paycheck routine. Really the 15th through the 20th is when I do my second paycheck routine because I get paid on the 15th of the month and also on the 1st of the month. I will go through all of my transactions on all of my credit cards, and then I'll look at my bank statements because sometimes I'm sending Zelle payments here and there or receiving some. So I do need to go through those as well. Going into the budget template, today is October 19th, so this is what we're looking like so far. I've made the amount of money that I expect to make. I've made $200 from my part-time job. I am estimating $80 from my savings interest just based on the last few months and the amount that's actually in there. And I do that just so I can see what these numbers look like up here. So it looks like I have $21 I haven't budgeted. That's probably just me leaving myself a $20 buffer. I'm withdrawing quite a bit from my savings this month. So I'm taking out $1,210 this month from savings, but I'm also putting in $600 automatically. So really I'm taking $600 out of savings, and most of it is for travel, and this is for plane tickets in Spain and a vacation that I'm taking this month, which I've been saving all year for it. I just tend to travel more the latter half of the year, so that's why I'm taking so much out recently. For my recurring bills, I've actually done really good so far. I estimate these pretty well, and honestly, they're pretty consistent. So my rent did go up, and the only reason that this is changing is because of the utilities. So what amount of water I'm using. So that was about $5 under what it is some other months. And then energy, as the weather is getting cooler, I am not having to spend as much money to cool down my apartment, which is great. My car insurance has actually gone down $45 randomly since August. I think that's because I turned 25 in March. I'm not sure, but well, let's be grateful for that. And then I pay my phone bill once a year, so it's $0 for 11 months out of the year. My recurring bills, I haven't paid all those yet, so no need to go over them. The rest of this budget template is working from the transactions, pretty much. So I have a bunch of different graphics. I don't personally use all of them. I just think it's nice to look at sometimes. So if you wanted to look at your recurring bills, you could see how much you have left to spend, which it looks like $430 for me. And I have spent $1,862 on my essential, which is under what I have budgeted. And then for non-essential, I've spent $650 when I have budgeted to spend $1,000. But like I said, I have not completed all of my transactions yet. Wants and needs, just if you wanted to split, it looks like 40% is on wants and 60% is on needs, which isn't bad. I should be spending more on my needs than on my wants. That's a green flag for me. For variable expenses, it's just to see kind of what's left in a pie shaped form. The pie gets smaller. This red part gets smaller as you spend your money throughout the month. So for example, in September, I overspent by a lot. It only goes up to 100%, but this is all full. So that's kind of what it looks like. For October, I haven't spent a lot of what I have budgeted yet. And then there's this bar graph for savings. I'm making a 2026 version of this template right now, and I'm working on getting it released by November if I can stick to my schedule for everything. That version of the template, you can see this top data point. I don't have the y-axis on this going to 25 as it should. So it's literally right here. So you can see the vertical axis. The maximum value is 10,000, which is why you can't see the 20,000. So I'm going to change this really quickly to 22,000. And then look, now you can see it. Wow, a concept, editing the vertical axis on your graph. Basically, the whole template is working based out of this transactions tab. The way that my pie charts are calculating things, wants and needs, I have it somewhere on this spreadsheet, in white text. I forget where, so that you don't, as the user, you don't see it, but to do the charts, it's there. But to do that calculation, you have to put in a Y and an N to say is this a want and is this a need? In my 2026 budget, you won't have to do that because I am just categorizing things as wants and needs. But in this 2025 thing, I had it more as recurring bills and then variable expenses. So I wanted to be able to track what was staying constant and what was supposed to be changing, because to me that made more sense. But I think as I go on, that doesn't make a ton of sense, because then it's okay, my Spotify is a recurring bill, but it's not a need, and then I have to have this extra column in the transaction. So it works, but I think it could be better, so I am changing that for next year. But I have everything categorized based on all these little buckets, and honestly, sometimes it gets really complicated to be so granular. So for next year, I'm having less categories and more catch-all categories, like miscellaneous wants and miscellaneous needs. So that way, if it's clothing or it's beauty, I can just put it under miscellaneous wants. I don't really care what it is. I just care that I'm not overspending in general on things that I want. Like I said, you can get super granular. You don't have to. I put quite a bit of notes in here. I think I kind of do every month. Like, when I'm looking back at this, I really want to know why I did this stuff. And some of it is very obvious. Like, I went to Sprouts in September and I spent $122. That's groceries. I don't need to explain myself. I bought groceries. But when I have 3 transactions here for the roastery, it's like, why? I didn't want to put it all under coffee because it wasn't all under coffee. So $7 of that was my latte. I bought my mom a coffee and a pastry from their little display case that she wanted, so that was $16. And then I didn't have breakfast really that day, so I wanted overnight oats. But that doesn't really count as like me buying a latte, so I categorized it as restaurants because I was eating out even though I bought it from the same place. So that's why I kind of have 3 transactions there. I split it up myself. Yeah, see, 28.61 minus 16 minus 7, that's how much my overnight oats was. And this is kind of an estimate. It's just, I assume a latte is $7. So anytime I go somewhere where I'm buying other people things, I will put it $7 for my drink and then the rest is theirs. Yeah, so whenever it's just Amazon, it's like, what did I buy from Amazon? Like, when I'm looking back, I really want to know why I bought things. So I bought a Chiefs jersey and Halloween cat ears. Honestly, this should probably be under clothes. Yeah, we're going to change this. So that's going to be under clothes. So now I'm really over on clothes. So I was $7 over on clothes, but now I'm $30 over on clothes. I didn't really buy a Chiefs jersey. I bought this red shirt with white stripes, and that's Chiefs enough for me. I don't like really having specific clothing items, but I feel like this one I can wear on game day and I can wear it to work and it's not like super obnoxious. I wore it to church today. It wasn't the kids' room though, so I was like playing with the kids in the shirt. It's like pretty big, it's comfy, I like it. Sometimes my notes are funny, like Arrowhead Stadium, entertainment, $9, water at Chiefs game, LOL. There was no reason water at Arrowhead should have been $10, but it's criminal. That's what they do, they upcharge. So next time I will take a clear water bottle that's empty. I think you can do that. Honestly though, I wasn't like too upset about this because I did get free tickets to the Chiefs game. Like I won them through a raffle. So I was like $10 for water to be at the Chiefs game for free. It's like, it's okay. That's the budget template. I have a whole video on how to use the budget template if you want to buy it. So I will link both the video and the budget template. One of the things that hit this month, my family and I finally booked our trips to Spain. But my mom had me do all of the booking. She's paid me for her plane ticket. My grandma's supposed to pay me for her plane ticket. She hasn't yet, which is okay. Love you, grandma. She's not gonna watch this video. But then my sister, I'm buying her plane ticket, so that's coming out of my budget this month. But it also looks like my grandmother's plane ticket is coming out of my budget as well because she hasn't paid me for it. So from my emergency fund, I guess, is where that's coming out of for my grandma's, which is fine. She'll pay me back. And if she doesn't, that's also fine. I'll just take it out of my travel fund. So I'm actually gonna spend $2,000 this month for my travel fund. So it's gonna go from $6,300 to $4,300 real fast. Maybe it's gonna be even more. We'll see, because I don't know how much I'm gonna spend in New York, which I'm a little bit scared about, just a teeny bit. I'm gonna do everything in my power to not spend money once I get there. I really just wanna walk around and like experience life. Maybe touch some clothes, maybe try them on. I might not buy them, but I wanna try them on. I basically just do a review of my finances on Fridays. So right now it's October 17th, it's a Friday, it is 4:13 p.m. I have cleaned my apartment today, I've gone on a walk with a friend, I've done a workout, I've had lunch, I've had breakfast, had my meals, I've done my makeup, my hair is drying right now. So it was a really good time for me to sit down and check with my finances. I have an event later tonight, so I wasn't going to be able to do it then. I need to take my dog on a walk probably sometime in the next hour and a half as well, so he can get a walk in before I go to my event. And I just paid off all of my credit cards, which between all the credit cards so far, I have spent $2,272 and $16,000 of that is for travel. And my mother has sent me the money for her plane ticket, so that is minus $500, I suppose. So $1,772 will come from my money this month to pay for the credit cards and the travel for Spain, and that trip isn't until next year. The plane tickets were really cheap right now. They were less than $500 per person to go. My plane ticket was a little bit more expensive, but I bought it all with points, so that's totally fine. I actually am not spending any money on my own plane ticket, which is amazing. I've also spent a lot of money on friends this month. I went to a wedding and had to get her a gift. When you're buying a wedding gift, I just donated to their honeymoon fund, so that was $100. I paid my car insurance. I paid all of my necessary bills that happen the first of the month. In a few days, my Charles Schwab account will automatically pull $583 into my Roth IRA account from my Capital One checking account, so I don't have to think about that. I already have $600 automatically going to 2 of my savings vaults this month in my Sofi checking account. I don't have to think about that or worry about that. The only thing I have left to do today is move money from my Sofi checking account to my Capital One checking account. I do need to make this automatic. I will do that starting for next month. I can set the rules. It's easier to do it from my phone because I'm already signed in. If I do it from my computer, it makes me do a verification, and it sends a text message to my phone, and I have to have my phone open, and I have to open my phone anyways. I may as well just do it on my phone. And the app is actually super nice to use. I got extra money. I didn't get extra money. I got the money that I was owed. Wow, I got extra money. I went on a work trip last month and I spent 200 of my own dollars, 300 of my own dollars. Okay, so work has given me 550 extra dollars this month. 246 of that was from my emergency fund last month because they pay you after the fact. So at work, you can nominate people to get awards. They're tied to monetary value sometimes, and I got 2 little awards for doing good work essentially from my peers. And so I got $300 before tax, and I think $226 after tax. I believe that is what this payment is here, of $226. I'm grateful for that. I will continue to do great work, I suppose. But yeah, no, that was a nice surprise. I was expecting to get paid, but like, you know, it's nice to actually see the paychecks. Looking at my activity from Sofi, I've gotten my second paycheck. I've gotten paid back from last month of what came out of my emergency fund from my company for work travel, so I've been reimbursed fully. $400 was automatically transferred from my Sofi checking account to my car maintenance savings vault. $200 was automatically transferred from my Sofi checking account to my emergency fund savings vault. Based on all of my expenses, I'm already down $1,000 in my Capital One checking account. I make sure it's never below $2,000. And it's actually going to be at $1,095, I think. I need to send myself $900 on top of what I normally send myself, which is $1,173. So I will send myself $1,200 plus $700, which is $1,900, which is almost my whole paycheck. And everything is now set up to do what it needs to do. I will have money pulled from my Capital One checking account from my investments very soon. All of my credit cards are paid. I've checked in with my finances so far. I am already over in miscellaneous, and if I have to buy any cleaning supplies this month, which I might be able to not do that, then I am already over budget, but I shouldn't be any more over budget. I am already over my $1,000 vacation budget because I had to pay for my grandma's plane ticket, which I was not incorporating into this number at first. For gifts, I am not over budget quite yet, even though I expected to be. I spent less on my mom when she came to visit than I thought. For charity, my budget, I give $50 a month to my church. Then I also have in my budget $20 extra towards charity. Sometimes like I will just give money to people, or like if I really want to go to another charity, I used to donate to like a foster care organization. They helped out families that had foster kids, and I would send them the $50 every month, and then I started just sending it to my church because they partner with different organizations, and I honestly just have not done the work to look into my own organizations. But I have the $20 there just in case I want to donate to someone randomly, like a teacher's event, or if I am seeing something and I really want to donate money, I'll do that. I'll do it for like extra gifts or something for someone that I normally wouldn't buy a gift for. I have a $70 gift budget already just to like buy my friends coffees, to get somebody a birthday present if I need to, pay for somebody's meal out. Like I do these things very frequently, so that's why I have them in my budget, because I want to be able to do it. The $20 extra for charity sometimes will go towards buying a gift for somebody that I don't normally buy a gift for. So this month I'm $6 over on that. One of my friends started a business and she's doing a pop-up fitness event, and so I bought a ticket to that event. A lot of my other bills haven't hit my account yet, but we will see at the end of the month how this is looking. I will probably do an end of month check-in for YouTube because it's gonna be a crazy month. Like October has been insane, hog wild. Go hogs, hog wild. This has been one of the busiest months of my life, and also just a lot of things happening. I will see you guys at the end of the month.